Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it, and let's just another edition of exposing these Canelo Alvarez haters. The first up is Unbiased boxing expert. He stated, "You Canelo fangirls said Andrade's last opponent, Selecki, was a bum, but now praise this guy as some really good fighter. Get out of here." Well, Unbiased boxing expert, your name is false. You're not unbiased, and you're nowhere near a boxing expert. Sergey Deverenchenko was the main reason why Triple G vacated his belt, because he wasn't an easy touch-up fight, and that's why Triple G walked away from it. Why take a risky fight when he had a Canelo fight lined up? That's the unbiased truth. In addition to that, Sergey Deverenchenko hurt Danny Jacobs in that fight, gave Danny Jacobs a run for his money, and I believe he lost that fight by a split decision. He's a very competitive and good fighter. A lot of people are not willing to fight him, and Canelo Alvarez is willing to fight as mandatory and take on all challenges. And the fact that Canelo Alvarez entered negotiations with Demetrius Andrade proves that that's a fight that he still wants, and the fact that he's even negotiating with Sergey Deverenchenko means he doesn't want to give up his belt. Learn boxing, fanboy. Let's keep going. MoCheeks11 says, "LOL, real boxing fans know this is an easy win for Canelo while he ducks Charlo yet again. It's obvious Oscar De La Hoya will never let Canelo fight Charlo. I used to think Canelo would beat Charlo, but with all the ducking, his camp wants to avoid that matchup at all costs." MoCheeks11, let's just break down your comment. The first thing is, everyone knows it's an easy win for Canelo. Sergey Deverenchenko is a very respectable fighter, very good power, and Sergey Deverenchenko is not an easy win for Jamal Charlo. He's not an easy win for Danny Jacobs. He wasn't. And he wouldn't be an easy win for Triple G. The fact that people regard him as an easy win for Canelo Alvarez to show you what level he's on, to show you that he's an elite level fighter, elite level defense, and elite level power. It shows you that there's levels to this game in boxing, and he's separated himself from the competition with his vast skill set. And so the fact that, so just because Canelo makes it easy doesn't mean it's easy. But let's just keep it going. You also said, Canelo ducks Charlo yet again. Jamal Charlo was never made a mandatory challenge for Canelo Alvarez. These guys right here are just such fanboys, keeping Jamal Charlo's name in and out of his mouth, up and down his throat, in and out of his mouth, because these guys cannot get enough of the Charlo. At the end of the day, we have to be honest and unbiased. MoCheeks, you don't know nothing about boxing, and if you did, you would know that Canelo Alvarez was never mandated to fight a Jamal paper champ Charlo. Let's keep it going. Malcolm Richards Sr., Canelo's taking the easy way out, beaten by Jacobs. Cherry pick alert. How are you cherry picking a mandatory? See, because if we're talking about cherry picking a mandatory, when you're trying to save your belt, when you're entering negotiations to save your belt, so if it's a cherry pick, is every mandatory a cherry pick? Was Errol Spence versus Carlos Ocampo a cherry pick? Let's be honest and unbiased. And unlike, many of these other fighters, Canelo Alvarez has done something none of them have ever done. See, you fanboy for the PBC because I know you, Malcolm Richards Sr. I see you on here fanboying for every PBC fighter. I see you fanboying for Deontay Wilder. Was Dominic Breazeale a cherry pick? You fanboy for Errol Spence and say Carlos Ocampo wasn't a cherry pick. But when Canelo Alvarez is taking a much better opponent as a mandatory challenge, it's a cherry pick. The funny thing is, Errol Spence has never won another belt. He's never unified another title. Deontay Wilder's never unified another title. These guys are one belt holders. Canelo Alvarez is a 3-division belt holder. He's unified multiple belts in the same division. You can't even question what Canelo Alvarez does compared to these fanboys, and you can't even question him saying that he's cherry picking when he's already fought the best fighters in the division. He's already fought Danny Jacobs and Triple G. Who else is better than those two guys at 160 pounds? Don't worry, fanboy. I'll wait. But let's keep it going. Black Rocket states, fighting the best. BS. Triple G's leftover. Jacobs leftover. Ha ha ha. Now, first of all, Triple G ducked Sergey Deverenchenko. So if you're saying that Danny Jacobs is Triple G's leftover, that was a close, controversial fight. And Danny Jacobs versus, Sergey Deverenchenko, That was a close fight, but most people felt Jacobs won that fight. So at the end of the day, just because a guy takes a loss doesn't mean he's done. We have to be honest and unbiased. And Black Rocket, you have to look at it like this. Canelo Alvarez is simply fighting the best. You see that Triple G said that he was not interested in rematching Danny Jacobs. That was one of his most difficult fights, and you see how easy Canelo Alvarez made that fight look. You have to be honest with yourself, is that you're simply a Canelo hater because you love yourself some Charlo brothers. But once again, it's the IBFP, unbiased as always. Please share, like it. You must absolutely subscribe.